witches, ghouls, and boos, or hello, hi, what up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm Sabrina and my goal is to make every single day feel like a Halloween fever dream. Do you enjoy spooky season and want it to never end? I can help you with that. Well, sort of. If you want to feel spooky vibes all year long, all you gotta do is subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with a friend who likes spooky things. And if you don't, you're gonna see my reflection in the mirror tonight. And trust me, I look like Bloody Mary. Or worse. I wouldn't risk it if I were you. Obviously, JK. So for tonight's video, I'm gonna be talking about something you've probably never heard of before. Or maybe you have. I don't know. And that is changelings. Is that even how you pronounce it? I don't know. I never know how to pronounce things, and I feel like I say this in every video. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Let's get into the video. Oh, let me fix my freaking costume. Oh my gosh, I can't see anything. Well, I guess this is what it's supposed to look like. I don't know. Guys, I got this costume last minute. I'm so excited. I feel so... I don't know, like, I'm fangirling because Alice... That's one of my favorite Disney movies ever. I love the lore. Anyways, if you want to hear all about changelings, just go ahead, turn off your lights, and stick around. Now, way back in the day, I believe in Europe, people believed in tiny, mischievous little creatures they referred to as fairies, but not the fairies we know. These were terrifying. They believed they could sneak into your home when you weren't looking. And though I absolutely love fairies so freaking much, I mean, obviously, I want to have a fairy garden. I even had a fairy-themed maternity shoot, okay? I love fairies. I was a fairy for Halloween last year. Me and my baby girl, we were fairies. Anyways, besides that point, I get distracted so easily. These things I'm talking about are not like the fairies we know and love. They're not cute. In fact, they're terrifying. They're evil and sometimes even deadly. If a family had a child who was sick, weak, or was just acting a little bit off, you know, less cheery, less sweet, if they were just not themselves, then people believe that fairies actually took the child and replaced it with a changeling, aka a fairy child, or a creature that looked almost identical but was just wrong. Almost like a doppelganger. You know, doppelgangers look like us, but there's this unsettling vibe to them. I hope that makes sense. And in Supernatural, aka my favorite show, duh, I always say this, but there's this episode in Supernatural that actually reminds me of these creatures. It's one of my favorite episodes. I have so many favorites, but yeah, this one is on the list. And in the episode, the moms start noticing that their kids are not acting the same. They're just acting very strange, very like creepy, and I mean creepy. And spoiler alert, I repeat, spoiler alert. Still watching? Okay, so it turns out their kids were actually replaced by those beings. And these evil beings would feed on the parents, like on their neck. That episode creeped me the hell out. Later on, of course, Sam and Dean find the kids and kill the creatures. Anyways, according to their belief, the way to spot one of these creatures is, I don't know, you just notice that their skin, it just looks wrong. They're gonna look paler than usual. They'll also be unusually strong, and they might look smaller than usual or bigger than usual. I don't know, you just know that's not your kid. They'll just be staring at nothing with a blank face, like they have no soul. They'll be crying a lot, but there'll be no tears, as though they don't know how to cry and they're just like faking it. Oh my gosh, that's so creepy. They'll be laughing a lot too over some silly stuff that's not even funny, you know what I mean? Like I said, they probably don't know what it's like to feel emotions, so they're trying to fake it, and it's just really creepy. However, the most important sign that your child is actually not your child, but a changeling, the most important, the creepiest sign is that they won't be themselves when they look in the mirror. In fact, for that very reason, they will absolutely avoid being near mirrors. Their reflection cannot lie. You see them for what they truly are. Now, it is believed that these creatures are the most active on Halloween, just like any other creature out there. And though it's very, very rare They can also disguise themselves as older people, adults, anything they want really, but usually kids. And what happens to the real children, you may ask? Well, the real children are said to be taken to the fairy realm. And I don't know if you know this, but time is very, very different in the fairy realm. So if they're missing for hours, it's actually years, decades for them. And they're usually never the same. I should actually look up stories all about people who went missing. But when they come back, they don't look the same. And maybe like, I don't know, 3 years went by. But when they come back, it's like they aged, I don't know, 30 years? I don't really know, but yeah, there are cases out there about people who go missing and when they come back, they're so much older. And some people believe they were taken by fairies or even mermaids. I know this sounds crazy, but just look it up, or I will. Some stories about changelings get even darker. If the family perform a ritual to bring the kid back, but the ritual goes wrong, it actually closes any door they could use to come back to the real realm, which means they will be lost in the fairy realm forever. Lost and trapped. They believe that the fairies will use these kids as maids or slaves and just be really mean to them. So villagers believe that the only way to get your child back is to scare the creature, the changeling, using fire, iron, or even leave the creature in the woods all alone. And it is believed that if you do so, the fairies might take their child back and return yours. But that doesn't always happen. And if it goes wrong, you'll be stuck with this evil thing and your child will be trapped in the fairy realm. Like I said. Anyways, what do you guys think? Have you ever heard of these creatures before? And do you know the episode I'm talking about from Supernatural? Do you even watch Supernatural? Because if not, you should. You should. Sorry, I'm obsessed. It's always playing. Anyways, that's it for tonight's creepy tale. What do you guys think? Have you ever heard of this before? I'm using my phone as a microphone as always. And by the way, the episode I'm talking about from Supernatural is season 3, episode 2. If you're not doing anything tonight, might as well watch it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, if you enjoy spooky videos. Because if you do, then this is the place for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I'll see you in my next video. Toodles!